Thank you, Mr. President. I do want to also rise and speak to the issue of violence, but I also want to do it within the context of what I've said, what the mayor has said, many of you have said, that this is really a symptom of some larger problem in our city. I am second last meeting, so it's important for me to continue to sound the alarm. Even as a private citizen, it is important for our private citizens to be involved with this issue. We have we're the fifth largest city when it comes to the murder rate in America. We have the unfortunate reputation of being a city that has high violent crime. We have in parts of our neighborhood a great amount of fear that's causing people to leave, but it is a symptom. And as I walk out and as we move into 2018, and the 18 who are here, who will be here as elected, they know that in order to really deal with this violence, they do have to deal with the poverty that has plagued our community. We have 1/3 of our citizens impoverished. We have 50% of our children below the poverty line, at or below the poverty line. We have serious issues. As Councilman Conwell has stated, we have the problem going on within our our homes and in our daycare centers, and in some of our schools, this problem of lead poisoning. We have not adequately dealt with this at City Hall. The legislation that we've put in is a step, but it's not the only step. I put a bill in, a proposal in 990-17 that just got to City Council today, 1 week before we go for the recess. I don't know if that was coincidental. I just know that we just got my bill back today. So obviously, it is my hope that my successor or someone here who is returning will put it back in for this council to seriously talk about the relationship of how poisoned lead is impacting our kids and how we have to do a much more comprehensive approach to remove it from our homes. It is a serious problem that impacts the long-term livelihood, not only of individual citizens, but of our city as well. We have the issue of education that we struggle with. I do believe we still need to do much more vocational. We have the great Max Hayes, but across the system, we need to be able to do more vocational. There is options that need to be given to our young people other than just college. I know that when I went through this community, everyone responded positively on the issue of having more vocational options in our schools, and that Councilman Polenzek and Councilman Conwell and myself have been fighting again in Eastside, a version of Max Hayes. If you're not going to deal with it system-wide, we at least need to take care of the East Side. When it comes to credible options for vocational education, kids will return, if that's the case, to the schools. And of course, the whole joblessness issue, job training, job development, job access. We've got a lot to do. I intend to be involved in some form of fashion, but it's not just us. It is also the private sector, the nonprofit leaders. We have to bring them to the table. They step up when they want to bring big conventions in here, but when it comes to just the daily death toll or joblessness toll, they seem to be sitting on the sidelines. So let me just make sure that we never forget that the symptom, that violence is a symptom, and we have to take care of the core illness. Thank you, Mr. President.